Let's welcome in Brady Hoke, head coach of the Aztecs. His team has a huge one this weekend. Aztecs 9-1 in Vegas against UNLV. 8:30 is the kick time. Pre-game coverage tomorrow night is at 6:30. We've got very important questions for the head coach of the Aztecs. So important that Rich wants to lead off, Coach, for you today.
Yeah, Coach. I mean, before we hit the road here in just a few hours' time, I think the world waits with anxious anticipation. Did you have a pizza Thursday, even though today is Thursday? Is yesterday technically how does it all work, and did you eat pizza?
Yeah, we did. There's no doubt about it. And the D-line ate it this afternoon. That was left over and heated up for them. So we accomplished knowing what day of the week it is, and with some great pizza.
Well, you're making
Step one,
me hungry.
check.
You need to know what day of the week it is. You also need to know what time you're playing, because this week you're playing late. Next week you're playing early in the morning against Boise State. So as you look ahead, because you'll travel tonight, Coach, and you'll get ready for an 8:30 kick tomorrow. Does the 8:30 kick, has it changed your week of preparation, or does it change your tomorrow at all?
Well, I think as much as anything, from the beginning of the week, giving the guys a little bit of time on Sunday, not as physical as a practice on Monday, and then back to kind of the normal schedule, starting with Wednesday and Thursday.
Yeah, and then in terms of operation when you get there, Allegiant Stadium, it's a new place for UNLV. Are you guys going to get off the bus and just get over there immediately, or is that going to be an early in the day thing on game day? How does that all work out?
Well, we don't play till 8:30 at night, so we're going to get into Vegas a little later than normally you probably would if it was an afternoon game. But we'll get in there, and then tomorrow about 9:30, we're going to go through about an hour, a little walkthrough, a little bit of throwing deep balls so that the receivers can kind of get their eyesight and all that, together. And then same thing with punts and kickoffs.
Brady
Hoke, it's a new venue, one we haven't been in. Just got to take a good look at everything, make sure we're dotting our I's and crossing our T's.
No question.
And John, at that time, Rich will be on probably the Luxor, probably on the craps table.
Well, he'll either be on the craps table at the Luxor, or he'll be at that Dairy Queen, like down below. He'll either be eating something, or he'll be betting something.
Don't they have that heart attack grill out there where, like, they weigh you before the meal, they weigh you afterwards? I think I might. Yeah,
I have a feeling that Rich has a different experience from you and your staff and your team. Is that what you would prefer, that your staff and your team don't follow Rich's lead?
Correct. Number one, he's a Penn State grad, and you know well, John, about those Penn State grads.
I do.
Yeah, look, I mean, you can't trust the line. There's no question about it. I have a deep respect for what is happening at UNLV, and I know the record doesn't respect it, but the more film I watch, the more things I see and I'm impressed by. Especially when you turn on the film from earlier this season, these guys are catching up. You know what I mean? The young guys who they're leaning on in different spots, role players, not necessarily their stars. Do you think over the season, since you've gotten a whole week's worth of film and you've watched it all, that this team has really grown up here playing their 10th game of the season? 11th.
I don't think there's any doubt. I think they had done a good job when you look through their recruiting, and they have a lot to sell. I mean, they got a brand new indoor building as far as football offices. I mean, they're brand new, really state of the art. So they got a lot to showing, and then they're playing in that stadium, and it's nice, And so they've got some things that they have been able to really develop and share, and then I think it feeds well into their recruiting.
Lucas Johnson, as we've talked to you, Coach, this week, you said maybe he's played as well as he has as an Aztec against Nevada this past week. How has his preparation been for UNLV, and where is there still some growth in his game potentially over this last month of the season?
Yeah, I think we've had a good week. I think he's had a good week. I do think that, there's growing pains that we all take, and I think he's fighting through those, and thought that, he's made great progress. did a good job taking care of the football, and I'll always start there. Whether it's when he tucks it to run or he is back here in the pocket, and hopefully he'll not hold the ball too long, but do a good job protecting the football.
I find I kind of have to stop myself from thinking that Lucas is a more experienced player than he actually is. I know he's a senior and he's been around campus for a while, but do you have to catch yourself sometimes, like where you see on film, and I'm not saying you're making excuses for him, or I am, but like stop yourself short of being overly critical, because he really hasn't played a tremendous amount of football as a starter at the college level yet.
Yeah, correct. And, that's part of it, and that's part of the growth that he has made. I think the one thing, I think he's been aggressive, which I do like. I like that part of it. And with that, I think he's been more decisive.
Well, Coach, we're wishing you the best of luck. We're looking forward to tomorrow night. Hopefully, we can get that 10th win of the season, setting up that showdown with Boise a week from now. And we appreciate the time, and we look forward to catching up tomorrow.
John, sounds great, and I hope they can find Rich in the morning.
Yeah, seriously.
Thank you very much.
I'm going to two wake-up calls,
You
Coach.
might need to do color on the radio if Rich doesn't show up for the game.
Knock on my door.
All right, guys, thanks.
Thanks, Brady.